Hey, Tommy from the Run Testers with another first run review. In this video, myself and Nick are going to be taking a look at the Saucony Tempus running shoe. Let's take a look. The Saucony Tempus costs £165 or $160, weighs in at 263 grams or 9.3 ounces for men in a size 8, and the drop is 8mm. Saucony Tempus is a shoe that aims to balance performance features with stability elements, giving runners that want a supportive ride the versatility to train comfortably across different sessions. That support comes from the combination of a contoured PWRRRUN frame and a deeper midsole design to hold the foot in place with a plush fit, along with a supportive midsole geometry and base. The PWRRRUN PB midsole, Saucony's soft and bouncy cushioning, works alongside the supportive design elements to deliver energy return and bounce without sacrificing control, while the form-fit upper gives a personalised fit across the length of the shoe. Other features include an XT900 outsole for grip and durability, a breathable mesh upper, and an adaptive lacing design. The fit for me in the Saucony Tempus is true to size. I had no issues at all in this shoe. It felt very comfortable, but I did read on the Saucony website that some people had said that it was a slightly small shoe, so did size up half a size. I wouldn't do that, but worth taking that into consideration if you're worried about it.
So the fit for me of the Tempus was bang on in my normal size, really good amount of room in the toe box and a nice secure hold around the heel and midfoot with a little bit of padding there. It's not overwhelming, but does cradle the foot very nicely and keep you in position well.
So my first run in the Saucony Tempus was a 10k interval session. Now I wouldn't normally use a shoe that's predominantly focused on stability and support for an interval session, but I am a big fan of PWRRRUN PB midsole foam, so I really wanted to see how this shoe would deliver. The Saucony Tempus is an interesting shoe because I think it's part of a new range of shoes, and we have seen some of these in the past, but it seems to be becoming more popular now, where it's a stability shoe or a support shoe that is a little bit more subtle than what you'll find in some of the harder focused stability shoes out there. So something like the Gel Kayano range is a very noticeable stability shoe. It doesn't really veer very heavily for people that probably just want a little bit of stability. It's quite a heavy stability shoe. It's quite a hard stability shoe. The latest one is actually a little bit less so, but the Saucony Tempus is a support and stability shoe, which you can't really tell it is when you start wearing it. I put these on and instantly I felt like it was just a fairly normal cushioned shoe. So when I went out on that interval session, I went quite hard on it. It was 7.5 minutes at sort of faster pace, my marathon pace, and then a few 90 seconds at faster than my marathon pace. So I got down to about 3:55 minute kilometers in that interval session, which is pretty fast for me in a training run, and as I say, I wouldn't normally use a shoe like this to do it. So what I found in that run is that the Tempus feels really nice. I really enjoyed it on that run, and first impressions of it were that it wasn't really a stability shoe or a support shoe. It just felt like a very nice, comfortable cushion shoe that is on par with some of the cushion shoes that I've got. It's quite similar to something like the Triumph when you first put it on. But over the course of that interval session, I did feel that it was quite a stable shoe. I've been doing a lot of marathon training recently. I've just done a massive PB at a half marathon, so my legs are pretty shot at the moment. And this shoe fits really nicely into that. It's a good time for me to test it because I do want a little bit of support and stability in my runs because my legs are a little bit wobbly in a lot of the runs that I go on at the moment. And it did feel really nice for that. I could feel a little bit of support and a little bit of stability, not loads. I definitely wouldn't say it's comparable with a lot of stability shoes that I've tested in the past. And for that reason, I really enjoyed that run. And going up to faster paces in it felt absolutely fine. I didn't have any issues with it at all. I didn't feel sluggish. I didn't feel like the shoe really couldn't handle it. It's not as good as a race shoe. It's not as good as a tempo shoe that I've got for running fast, but it could do it. And I was very surprised to find that in that run. So I think this marks a really interesting shift in stability shoes for those people that just want a bit of stability and support, don't want to go all the way, but still want to have those performance benefits that you get from shoes that haven't got stability elements in, which is a really nice thing because a lot of people I speak to who wear stability shoes really want a shoe that's going to deliver the performance benefits of those other shoes, but still give them stability, as opposed to being a bit more of a sluggish shoe which holds you back if you want versatility in your training. It doesn't feel very heavy. It's not the lightest shoe in the world, but when it comes to support and stability, you do expect those shoes to be a little bit heavier. This isn't bad at all, really. It's pretty nice weight, really. It's quite lightweight for a stability shoe. And yeah, I really enjoyed it on that run. I felt like that PWRRUN PB foam has just the right level of softness in it. I felt like when I was picking up the pace and running faster, it had a lovely turnover. It felt like I could really pick up that pace and comfortably without it feeling awkward. And it feels very efficient as well. I definitely feel like I could do quite long distance running in this shoe and feel very comfortable. There's a nice, comfortable plush feel to it. Not too plush, but just enough to sort of make the shoe feel like it's a comfortable cruiser. And there's a nice toe off as well. So I think it's a fantastic support and stability shoe that really sort of hits that point where you want a little bit of support and stability, but you don't want to go all the way. So yeah, I really enjoyed that run. I thought it was really good, and I think this is a very exciting new shoe. The only thing I would say about it is that outsole, I find it a little bit slippy. I don't think the grip was particularly good. I was running on asphalt paths around a park and it did feel a little bit slippy to me. So probably not great for the grip. It just feels a little bit hard, and there's not a lot of it on there. So grip wise, not that impressive. But everything else in that run, I thought it was fantastic. I'm going to do a long run in it tonight and see how that feels. But I definitely think that it's a shoe that is going to fare very well in testing.
So I'm just heading out to do my first run in the Saucony Tempus. Nothing too heroic on the plan today after a half marathon race yesterday. So I'm planning to do kind of 45 minutes, easy, nice shuffling pace. I actually used them for a kind of couple of K after the race as my cool down yesterday and appreciated the solid stability they offer. So looking forward to having another little shuffle in them today and see how they feel. So back from the run now, did kind of just over 10k in the 45 minutes. Shoe felt very nice. Like I said, it was a really easy run today, and I was surprised actually they felt a bit softer and kind of cushier than I expected from a shoe that has stability elements like this. Obviously there's a fair bit of that PB foam in there and that cushions the ride a little bit, but obviously this is a new shoe line, so I haven't got a massive amount to compare it to in terms of past shoes. So early impressions were just quite positive. I think it was comfortable, just rolled through pretty smoothly, not like a slappy ride at all, and was less firm than kind of other stability shoes I've used in the past. So yeah, a good first run. I think it'd be a nice one to use now in the kind of last couple of weeks of marathon training, just to roll through easy runs and protect the body a little bit.
My verdict on the Saucony Tempus so far after that first run is very good. Quite often when I get a stability shoe in, I know how it's going to feel. I know what that run's going to be like, and the focus is primarily stability, and sometimes that's a good thing. But I think one thing that a lot of people are looking for now is, when it comes to stability and support, is shoes that can deliver performance benefits and enjoyment and comfort like a neutral shoe. And it can be quite hard to find. There are a number of shoes coming out now that do a similar thing. I think the New Balance 860 V12 is a similar design to this, in that it's a subtle level of support and stability, which is great. I really like that shoe, in counterpart to something like the Gel Cayano 29, which is very heavily a stability shoe, although it is getting better now they've updated the foam in it. But I think this is a great middling shoe for people that want a little bit of support and a little bit of stability, and may even be a great option if you are a stability runner that wants a shoe for race day, or a faster effort shoe that gives them just a bit of stability to keep them going without going completely neutral. So I really enjoyed that run, and looking forward to doing a lot more training in this shoe. I think it's a really exciting addition to the Saucony line.
So I'm a neutral runner, but I am a neutral runner who really appreciates stability at certain times. And this is exactly one of those times, like the day after a hard run, a race, last couple of weeks of marathon training, just go out for an easy bimble, and a little bit of stability is really nice. Like at this stage of marathon training, I often appreciate a firmer ride and a more stable ride, and something I'd usually go for would be something like the Nike Infinity line, so kind of stable neutral shoes rather than all-out stability shoes. And the Tempus seems to be another really quality addition to that lineup so far. Just one run in, but really appreciated it today. It felt secure, it felt comfortable, it felt like it was protecting the body well, and it's a shoe I look forward to using in the next couple of weeks, just to kind of give the body a little bit more support. Yeah, obviously it's only a first run, but yeah, it was a nice first impression of this shoe. It'll be interesting to see how it handles, moving through the gears a bit, and whether it can really be a great daily trainer with that little bit of extra stability, or if it is more something that's going to be confined to easier runs. But yeah, well, I'll find that out in the next few weeks and get back to you in our full review.
So that's it from us. Thanks a lot for watching this first run review of the Saucony Tempus. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click that little bell icon. And check the channel out for all the other videos we've got from the latest road and trail shoes, as well as running headphones and watches out at the moment. And don't forget, we've got our monthly podcast that comes out at the end of each month. If you go into the caption below, you can find a link to the various podcast providers that you can listen to that on. And that's it from us. So thanks a lot. See you soon.